The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has commended some members of House of Representatives for disagreeing with the three of their colleagues over a bill seeking to legalize the cultivation, sale, and use of cannabis, also known as marijuana, for commercial purposes. Reacting to the development on Friday, the chairman of the NDLEA, Brigadier General Buba Marwa, retired, commended members and leaders of the House for rejecting what he tagged another attempt to push through a bill to decriminalize cannabis cultivation, sale, and use in Nigeria on the floor of the Green Chamber of the National Assembly. The House had on Thursday voted down the bill unanimously sponsored by Benjamin Kalu and Olumide Osoba and Miriam Onoha. Apart from the Speaker, Femi Bajabiamila, and the sponsors, all those who spoke at the second reading on Thursday criticized the bill. Still with me to discuss this is Niye via Zoom and political analyst, lawyer, I beg your pardon, I keep missing this up, I beg your pardon, Justice. Let's have your take on this. Cultivation, sale, and use of marijuana in Nigeria has been stepped down. What do you make of this?
Okay, for me, I actually think that it's a matter that is, it may sound controversial, I think it's a matter that is deserving of debate. I say that because about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I can't exactly recollect now, Nigeria was ranked as the highest user of cannabis, despite the fact that it is illegal in our neck of the wood. In America, largely, to a large extent, it's actually legal at state level. There's pressure on the president at the time Obama, and this time on Biden to actually sign it at the federal level to make it legal. There are more than 300 million. Yeah, they don't have as many people who are using it or abusing it, even though in our neck of the wood it's actually illegal. Why? That's hypocrisy. Maybe if we have an argument around it, maybe if we check what are the benefits, what are the demerits of actually commercializing or using, because if we recall, when you ban things, curiosity makes people want to try it. You remember the 1920s, the Prohibition era, when alcohol was banned. That was when people like Al Capone, popularly known as Al Capone, started the mafia situation, and alcohol became something that made people rich, and mafias, as we know it now, were born at the time. If you ban it, if you put restrictions on it, maybe that's why we are still the leaders in use and abuse of the substance. Maybe if you liberalize it and people know the benefits of it, people will not be curious to go and use it, or mafias or people who benefit from actually illegally dealing in it will not be able to have commercial success by dealing with these things. Let's check it. Those countries that have legalized it, yeah, we see that they have psychoactive issues, they have drug issues, but it is not marijuana. We know it's fentanyl. We know it is meth and all these other higher ones. It's not marijuana at all. So maybe there should be an argument in this regard. I don't use it. I don't admonish the use of it. But legalizing or illegalizing or punishing people for using it can actually, maybe that's the reason why we are actually the highest user. We are the highest users of it.
All right, Niyi, let me come to you in a few seconds. We are almost out of time. Part of what General Marwa pointed out is the issue of insecurity, saying Nigerians cannot afford to permit the cultivation, sale, and use of the most abused illicit drug. What do you think?
Nigeria is a leading, fighter against usage and trafficking of illicit drugs. So we can't be fighting drugs on one side and be legalizing it on another hand. Pure and simple, marijuana is very dangerous to health. We have seen a lot of youths that have abused it and what they have become. My own advice, prescription by an approved hospital or a medical center. It is not the kind of drug that should be found on the street or it should be grown in Nigeria. We do not have the capacity to contain the problem that it will create for our youth. So there is no need, and I commend the National Assembly for standing it down. And I side with Colonel Mawa for celebrating it. Yeah, there's a lot of achievement that we have recorded in the area of fighting illicit drugs in Nigeria, trafficking and abuse of such substance. So we cannot, through the National Assembly, legalize it. It's dangerous. Even in the U.S., where some states have approved it, they have approved it only for medical purposes. Right. And where such does not happen, we shouldn't. And it's a different environment, by the way.
Lee, unfortunately, we are out of time. Thank you very much, Niyi Saliu, a political analyst who's joined us via Zoom. Thank you for your contribution, as usual.
Thank you very much for having me. All
right. I also want to thank you, Justice Ojeno, a lawyer who joined us, who gave massive contribution to this topic. Thank you for coming.
It's my pleasure.